Good morning, everyone. Welcome you all to the lecture video sessions on communication and coordination. One of the most important basic building block of relationship is the communication. And communication, the myth of the communication or the greatest problem of the communication is that we have an illusion that we think that whatever that we have communicated has reached people. So the communication is a process by which ideas, instructions, thoughts and information are transmitted, received and understood by the people working in an organization. So it is a complete process where it involves a sender, it involves a receiver, and it involves a process, and it is going to go with the encoding and decoding of the transmitted message, and the receiver who is going to give a feedback to the sender is the reply that it is expressed with respect to the communication that is made. So the communication can be broadly defined as a communication is a process by which instructions, ideas, thoughts or the informations are transmitted and received. In other words, it is the exchange of the ideas and facts, opinions or the emotions by two or more individuals. If the communication is not strong, if the communication is not properly received, it results in the noise, and it is noise is the one which do not give any kind of meaning. So the communication is the sum of all the things a person does when he or she wants to create an understanding in the mind of another person. So the communication is not just about speaking, but it is also about listening, and it is also about reading, it is also about writing, and all these are the forms of communication. So what are the importance of communication? Importance of communication is that the importance of communication can be better understood in different points. First one is importance of communication lies in proper understanding. The communication is the fundamental to accomplish any work. If I do not transmit my ideas properly, it will not be received by the other person properly. So there should be the communication should be made to understood and made to understand by the other person. It could be any kind of language. It could be a sign language. It could be a language with reference to the common mode of understanding. And in any organization, the manager spends most of its time communicating either by reading or by writing or by speaking or listening. So the communication by which he persuades or he communicates to the other team members, it informs, it motivates the other people who are in the team. So it increases the managerial efficiency if the mode of communication is stronger and rightly understood by the person or by the team. And the communication is the transformation or the transmission of information between two people. So the communication, the next point which we need to understand is communication facilitates the planning. If the communication is completely done or properly done by the team leader, then it facilitates the planning process. So planning is a very, very important function of the management. So it requires the extensive the understanding of the process, extensive communication among the rank and then the file of the organization. If at all it is not understood by the middle level manager properly, when it is transmitted by the top level managers, then it cannot be properly communicated back to the lower level managers. So planning is done only after the inputs from the key executives and the other personnel. So it increases the managerial efficiency if the manager gives the proper kind of communication. So the communication is the basis of coordination. It promotes the cooperation and peace among the team members. It helps in smooth working. Proper understanding makes the proper working. So it helps in proceeds of the motivation and then the moral development of the team members, and it acts as the basis for proper decision making. So when it comes to the coordination, communication is the basic key of the managerial efficiency, as we already understood. So the good communication skills is a must for the modern day managers. So the success of the growth of the manager largely depends upon the communication skills, because if it is a geographically spread team, then the manager should be able to communicate and make them to understand about the process, methods, and then the work that is to be carried by each one of the team member. If so, when the manager listens carefully about the grievances of the employees or the team members, he'll be able to communicate the same to the top level management in the same way how it was communicated by the lower level managers or the team members, and there will be a discussion that can happen, and they could come out with in a solution for the grievances that are with the employees. So the proper level of understanding of the grievances is very much necessary. If the manager do not understand the communication in a proper way, then there will be a communication gap between the employees, which is going to increase the negativity in terms of team building, and also it will increase the dissatisfaction among the employees. So next step of proper communication is that the coordination. Proper communication will build the coordination among the employees or among the team members in a right way. So the coordination can be defined as the orderly management of individual and group efforts to ensure the unity of action in the realization of common goals, as stated by Mooney and Rayleigh. So there are other definitions which are going to define the coordination as the means to unite and correlate all activities in a team. This is stated by Henry Fayol. So we all understand that coordination in a team definitely gives the positive effect and the right way of understanding of the work, and then the right way of working, and it also creates harmony among the team members. So according to Terry, it is the coordination that deals with the task of blending the efforts in order to ensure successful attainment of an objective, and it is accomplished by planning, organizing, directing and controlling, which are going to be the very essential components of the management. So coordination in an organization by a manager is similar to an orchestra which has got different musical instruments and the musician who are going to create the harmony and the melodious music. When they group up together, when they coordinate properly, and activities of the group to achieve the harmonious and then the united actions. So the features of the coordination are: it integrates the efforts of the employees, it is going to give the unity of action, it is the ongoing process. Every moment there should be a proper coordination in the team, and one's plus and can be equated with the another negative, so that there will be a coordination among the employees who is going to go with the right way of understanding of the objective. So it is a pervasive acting function, and it is going to be a deliberate activity which is going to be shown in the outcome of the team. So the coordination implies the deliberate actions. So it is a group effort which is going to show up as the outcome of the team, and it is a continuous action also. So the coordination is very much necessary both inside and outside the organization, which is going to give the proper result or the expected outcome with the team. So after knowing what are the features of the coordination, let's understand what is the importance of coordination. The image itself shows that the importance of coordination is reflected in the goodwill of the organization. It increases the efficiency, it encourages the team spirit, it gives the proper direction, it facilitates the motivation, and it makes the maximum or the optimization of the utilization of the resources. It helps to achieve the objectives quickly and within the given timeline, and it also improves the relationship in the organization among the employees, among the resources, and among the interdepartments as well, and it leads to the higher efficiency, and it all in all it improves the goodwill of the organization, and it results in the growth of the organization. So the coordination, the proper coordination, resolves all kind of conflicts that may occur between the people and between the teams, and coordination makes all departments to focus together towards the common goal of the company, and coordination helps in sharing of the resources in a proper way, and coordination also retains and makes the attrition very less, and it attracts the right level of talents, and it also attracts the brilliant people into the team and makes them to work to the betterment of the goals of the company, and it can result in the expansion of the company in a faster rate in the market. So what are the techniques of coordination? How this coordination can be brought into the place? Coordination can be brought into the place by plans and procedures. Coordination can be by through the sound results in the simple organization. So coordination by plans and procedures, if the plans and procedures are well structured and are in place, then the coordinations becomes somewhat automatic. So it will come all together because all the plans and procedures are in place and policies are well structured. So every employee will be made to work in a framework and they will be able to bring in the required outcome of the work. So apart from this, there in other type, if the other types of plans such as schedules, rules, budgets, policies all are in place, are well stated in the precise terms, then it will avoid all kind of confusions and it results in the better coordination among people. So the second one is coordination by sound and simple organization. And if the structure of the organization is sound and simple, as I already mentioned, it leads to the better coordination among people, and it gives the authority, it gives the responsibility, and it also gives the accountability for the work that the people are doing, and it also gives the accountability for the are established in a clear, defined, well said manner, and it improves the coordination in the and the sound and then the simple organization always states that the policies and then the procedures in a very simple way which could be understood by each and every one. So the coordination by chain of command. In this type of chain of command, it is very clear that as to who should report to whom in an organization. There will not be any kind of confusions. The chain of command will be very clear and precise, which is going to cut down in the time in understanding what is already stated and what is to be done. So the chain of commands will be very precise, and then the very clear decisions that are taken by the managers is passed on, so which is going to create a proper coordination among all. And the superior and then the subordinate relationship will be healthy, which is going to be well in place, and which will create a kind of coercion, positive environment in an organization. So the coordination by committees, among the different committees that are situated or constituted, there will be the coordination which is going to be the formation of the sound management techniques. And the committees are made by knowledgeable people who are going to create the coordination among them, and they are going to discharge some functions which is going to create a coordination among the committees, and interdepartmental committees are going to work or function very well if there is a coordination and then the proper understanding of the work. So the coordination by conference, there could be the conferences that are made in the large business organizations. These are organized in a very good interval of time, and then the regular interval of time where people are going to meet and exchange the amount of work that is done, and then the status of and the phase of each and every work that is happening. It could be at the regular intervals, it may be on the day-to-day basis, or it may be on the regular intervals, which is going to make the people to understand the work levels in a better way. And there will be open forums which is going to create the transparency among the work and then the work that is ongoing work. And the coordination by special coordinators, the coordinators who are meant to carry on the work on a special task, they will be able to coordinate between the teams, and they are going to bring in the proper work understanding and then the outcome. And the coordination through the sound leadership, the coordination through the sound leadership is the sound leadership of the top management will bring in the kind of coordination among all the people, and it is the sound leadership will definitely bring in the expected outcome. Good leaders will persuade the workers or the employees, and they will convince their subordinates to place the company interest as the foremost one, and they will bring in the company goals as the first goals than the individual goals. This may even inspire the self motivation within the group and then the self coordination in the group. So here we are going to complete with the coordination, and see you all in the next lecture video on the controlling part, on how the controlling part is going to influence the coordination among the employees. Thank you everyone. See you all in the next lecture video session on the controlling. Thank you.